We're quilting live today, and I broke my needle. I have to go get another needle. I just well, wait a minute. Maybe I do have another one. I do not. Okay. Now, oh, and there is the ad. So we're just gonna hit that, and then we're gonna go to live chat. And we're gonna scroll up. I have my, hey Wendy, yes, I'm here, honey. Well, I wish I could do more or be faster. Okay, folks, I'll be right back. I have to go get a new needle. This one busted in half while I was working. That was signaling me to be done for the day, but I gotta go get my packet of needles. I'll be right back. Oh, actually, it'll be easier if I get them from over here. Move this out of the way. Oh! Where are all my sewing needles? My quilting needles. There we are. Okay. Alrighty. Sorry for the view of my butt. Ow. Ow. Okay. Alrighty. This chair is missing one arm. So I have to be careful how I sit down in it. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, frig. Forgot my scissors. I tell you, folks, sometimes. Okay. Scissors. There you are. Holy lifting. Pull up the pants. They're too big on me. Sorry for the view. Oh, whoops. Okay. God help me if I haven't gotten everything I need by now. Alrighty. Hello, hello, hello. I can't see all of the chat. Well, I can, but I can't. Because it's down there on my laptop. I just want to say hi to everybody. And Gracie is, whoops, see if you can see her. Gracie is not doing the great. Oh, she moved. Gracie's not doing well. She's now refusing food altogether. I mean, I can't even, yesterday I was able to spoon some canned prescription dog food into her mouth, but today she just it spits it right out. So they better tell us something soon. All right, now I have got to cut this. Thank you, baby. Why don't you go lay down? And take the other half of this needle out. Oh. So, where's that little rubber? There we go. All righty. Are we ready to quilt? Before we do, I'm going to do my best to say hi to everybody. So please, everybody say hi while I thread my needle. Whoops, you are not supposed to. This is how I like to do it. I like to do it with tape. Let me see if I can get you guys just a little bit closer. Like, oops. Like so. And then you'll be able to see what I'm doing. This is a thimble I ordered from Walmart, and I've had to tape it because it's so flimsy. Yeah, these things that you fold over your finger weren't holding, so I had to put tape on it. But this is what I mean. It has like a nail on it so that I can do my. Is everybody done saying hi? Let me just. Whoops. Don't want it on the tape. All right, let's pop out the participants and say hello to Billy Lemasters. There's a name I haven't heard in a while, if ever. Seashell, aloha. Carol Berthier, hello. Catherine Margaret Monteith. Dana Barker, Grandma Gina, Kathy Ponder, Kathy Acebato, Krista Gray, Linda Betty Boo Bop, Michelle Jones, Minnesota Farmer's Wife Julie, Our Journey Homestead. Let's see if I can go any further. Okay. Red Split, Rail Fence, Sherry Leach, Susan Fain, Stephanie Alexander, and Susie. Welcome, 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 everybody. Let me go back to, whoops, get over here. Oh, my goodness. Back to the live chat. Scroll up. There we go. Try giving her some fresh, like liver. Honey, I have tried everything. Raw meat, steamed meat, cooked meat, rice, beef, chicken. I have done everything I can. Now she's just spitting stuff out. Now these are really, really old needles. But these, that looks like a quilting sharp right there. Okay. Now, so you got some videos coming up. You got videos. I've started seeds, some seeds, not all. And hang on. So that's a video that's coming up. Howie's doing our shopping tomorrow. You'll see that. Hang on, I'm trying to thread this needle. I have a needle threader over on the other side, but I am not getting up again. There we go. Let's do that. Okay. Need some beeswax. So that my thread doesn't tangle, I hope. If you don't have beeswax, wax, or even a bar of soap will do. Although the bar of soap, now where did I cut this? I do believe it was right there where the needle broke. Okay, let's try this over here. And I will, hang on. Okay, you're not going to go any higher. Are you going to go any higher? Nope. So, sorry, folks. I'm doing the best I can to get the best possible angle for you guys. Okay. Now, this looks like is where it was cut off. You getting comfy, Gracie? Getting comfy on the back of the couch? Your skin and bones, baby. I wish you would eat. But we have one more day to wait. Oh. Get my little finger caught on here. Makes it easier to grab the needle to pull. Snip that. Pull it a little bit back in. There we go. And then back through. And there we go. There. And now I'm going to start going up and down across the tape. This is why I like tape. Hey, Seashell, how's it going, sweetheart? Hey, Wendy. Hey, Carol. All right, let's just get this down through here like this. And then I'm going to just go underneath here and then just all the way through. Whoops. Well, that'll work. So I'm not actually stitching at the end of the tape. I'm just getting this underneath so I can get to where I need to start, which is right here. See, this is where everything goes to. There, see? Now, if you're doing something like this and you're using regular tape, like this is just Body Man's masking tape, do yourself a favor, folks. Don't leave tape. If you have to put this away for a while, take the tape off. This kind of tape has acid in the adhesive, and it will eat the fabric, okay? If you leave it over there long term. So please be careful. What's going on with Corey? I just saw praying for Corey. 30s today and going down to into the 20s tonight for him in Louisiana. Too cold for Corey. It's about -10 Fahrenheit here. So forgive me if to me, you know, those temperatures are sweater weather, really. But then I'm Canadian, right? I had to wait for these to come in the mail because I had get out of there. I had run a needle under my fingernail trying to work without one of these. So, and my left hand is really sore, like the index finger and the thumb from hand sewing on the star quilts. So I'm trying to get an hour a day in sewing done. And mostly that has been the star quilt. But now that I have my finger thimble here, my fingernail thimble, I should be okay. right up along the edge of this tape. Whoops. Like so. What's tomorrow, patrons? Tomorrow is Freaky Friday, and I am so grateful folks have been patient. All right, now, right up to the edge, we peel this off, and we put it up over here. So you can use these tapes more than once, but when they stop losing their sticky, they just become a pain in the butt. All righty. See, you got to be careful with the thread or it catches the curls and gets in behind the tape. Now I'm going to run my needle. See if I can. Can you guys see that okay? It's really hard when you're working with Zoom. Okay, so now I'm going to go under here in between the layers. In between the layers so it doesn't show on the back or the front, right to the edge of the tape on the other side. And then we're going to go down here, do that, and go up. And every time I get around a piece of tape, I just, every time it's done, I just move it over to the next block. Just like that. What's going on with Laura? Was that a merge last night and I'm in prednisone and amoxicillin and feeling awful, but above ground. Well, above ground, you know, above ground is the operative phrase there, right? And I go back through a stitch. And then just weave. These stitches are actually too big. I should be concentrating more and more on making the stitches smaller. And you don't want to pull them too tight because when the quilt gets used, you know, moving it and shaking it out and washing it, you know, the layers get tugged on. So if you make these stitches actually too tight, they can pull through and, you know, all your work is for naught, you know. So we don't want them too tight. We just want them through. And then we back stitch through every time we go back. Every time we start a new set of stitches, we back through the last one. I love quilting. Not cooking supper on the wood stove tonight, but you are getting another wood stove supper this week. Because the weather has been cold. See? And now I go underneath, in between the layers. All this finger gear makes it really difficult. Oh, shit. Don't do that. Excuse me, folks. Hang on. I have to tighten this up again. Oh, it's not going to let me get it any tighter from this position. Okay, that's as good as it's going to get. All right, now, with all this finger gear on, it can make doing finer things difficult, but I have to get this down in between the layers, not coming through top or bottom or backing, just in between the layers to the corner. And there we go. Do not tangle on me. There we go. This is where beeswax or even a bar of soap can come in really handy, because you do not want your thread tangling when you're in the middle of something like this. Get over here. Back stitch the first one. There we go. It's very meditative, you know? Hey, Jazzy. Hey, Kathy. Having a shitty day. Lost my 3-year-old Tom this morning. Don't know why he died. 15 pounds and chasing the younger one 30 minutes before. Oh, baby, I am so sorry. He could have had a heart attack. It happens. It happens to young people here too occasionally, you know? So, I mean, it could be, you don't want to be spending money on an autopsy for, you know, just to find out it had a heart attack, right? Okay, here we go. So that's so hard on, you know, on us when, but I don't think, people who don't have pets don't realize how much they become family. Hey, Carolyn. Oh, well. See how I'm using my thumbnail? That's what this fingernail thimble is for. That's what I call it, a fingernail thimble. And if you don't have finger cots for grabbing, just keep an old rubber band around, and when you got, just use the rubber band to grab the needle and pull, because it can get tough. Okay. Gracie's having a snooze. God, she's lost so much weight. It's heartbreaking. And to find out, I hung up on the vet when I found out that the blood work wasn't even coming in until tomorrow. I wasn't rude. I just said, okay, thank you, and click. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't do my middle square here. I usually do a middle square here. I'll have to do that next. Well, when I change my thread, I'll do it. This is Canada. You know, I'm listening to people go, why, you know, people are booing the American national anthem at hockey games. That's just silly, okay? To all my American friends, you gotta know that it's not about us. We have no problem with the American people or the United States. It's our governments that have problems with each other. And I honestly think that as soon as we have a leader worth talking to, then things are going to get better. This whole leadership race for the Liberal Party, you know, and this whole everybody supporting Mark Carney, it's starting to feel a little bit like Kamala and Biden. You know what I mean? So that's all I got to say on the political front right now. Canadians have no problem with Americans. And booing is rude, and that's not who we are. Unless we're booing our own prime minister. And we have no problem with Donald Trump. He's just doing what's best for his country. Now we need a leader who will do what's best for ours. Whoops, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. All right. Up to top here. And now I'm going to slide this down. I'm going to do a back stitch first, just to keep that last stitch in place. And then I'm going to slide my needle down in between the top and the backing. Oh my gosh. This is already. Oh, right. Now I got to get in between. Right. I got to get in here. Okay. Okie dokie. And this thread is not going to be long enough. So I'm just going to change my thread. I do not knot. I just go back through a stitch here and there like this. Snip that. Whoops. Come back here. Come back here. Let's just, you know, make my hands a little more usable at the moment. Okay, now I have to sew or quilt a center square here. You can see it here, and I've forgotten to do it over here. So that's what I'm doing next, is I'm just going to freehand a square in here as soon as I get my thread. And then I'm going to do the inside of this square as well as the inside square. Okay. Let's snip this. Thread this. Yeah, my hands are pretty beat up, folks. I'm sorry if I'm only glancing at the at the chat now and again because this is kind of something that has to. Yes, this is called the Wool Shop. And this is my own design. This design was created when I was a little girl and we first moved to Apsley. I was like 12. Okay. All right, this is where I'm going to start. This is right here. And we moved from downtown Toronto to a little wee town called Apsley, Ontario. And it was as far as from city life as chalk is from cheese. But one place, and we only had 2 channels on the TV, but one thing there was this little place called the Wool Shop. It also sold trail permits for cross-country skiing and stuff. And it was a person's house. And if the sign on the screen door said open, then you could just walk in. And on the right was the folks' living room, and when you walk in, and on the left, their dining room had been enclosed, and it had wooden shelves from floor to ceiling on 3 walls. And in these wooden shelves were balls and balls and balls of beehive yarn stacked on top of each other. And this represents the end of a ball of yarn, 4 balls of yarn in a shelf, in a box shelf. So this is called the Wool Shop because I remember being so overwhelmed with the amount of color and the way she had it arranged almost rainbow-like, that I didn't realize then that I was addicted to color. And the color, over time, I learned how to knit and to quilt and to sew for one simple reason, is I wanted to create with color. And so the lady who owned that and ran it was named Barb Johnson. And this is dedicated to her because when I walked into her shop, I looked at the wool, I stopped dead. And she saw the look on my face that said, she saw a kindred spirit is what she saw. And she would sit in her living room when she didn't have customers and watch TV and knit. And a customer would come in and she'd get up and walk into her little shop, and all of her receipts were handwritten. God. So this quilt was designed in memory of that. I hope that, wouldn't it be nice if we had some kind of, not competition, but we don't do local fairs and stuff, or I would work my butt off finishing this and enter it. But in the fall, they do have a thing at the Heritage Hall where, people come in and it's like a harvest celebration. And, people come in and they bring their quilts and their garden produce and they, show. And if anybody wants to buy it, they can make offers, and quilting and sewing and crafty stuff. But it's not like a Christmas craft sale. It's more like a harvest thing. And if that were the case, I think I would just put this out there just for display, because I'm that proud of it. I really am that proud of it. There's my little square. And it's not traditional in the sense where the backing is actually orange gingham. And I only used it because I had a lot of it. Right? And my square is done. And then I'm going to go back through at the beginning again. Through the first row of that stitching. Oh, shoot, there goes my little finger caught. Well, it was ripped anyway. And then back through the same stitches. And snip. See, no knots. No knots. I wish that wasn't so bloody sensitive. Okay, so now I have to do the inside of this here and my square in the center. So let's just start right here. Right, finger caught. Now where did they go? Somebody sent me these finger caughts, and I've never been more grateful. All right. What's the matter, Grace? You not comfortable? Well, I guess that's an understatement. And I pull it all the way, almost all the way through. And then I back stitch. Back up to, whoops. Come here, baby. You want some snuggles? Come on, grab. Come here, baby. No? Come here. Can we just get some... Oh, shite. Come here, baby. Come here and see Mom. Come here and see Mom. Come and say hi. Gracie, come here. Come here, baby. Come here. She doesn't want to come anywhere near me because all I try and do is shove food in her mouth or pills in her mouth. Come here, darling. Come give Mommy kisses. Come here, baby. Come here. Come on, quacha, quacha. Yeah, come here, quacha, quacha. Come here, Mama Quacha. That's how thin she's gotten. Great to meet you. Come and say hello. I'm not going to shove anything in your mouth, I promise. Come here, let Mama crack your bum. Come here, let me crack your bum. See, her tail is barely moving. Poor baby. Oh. Okay. Oh. Alrighty. There. Ooh, that was not easy. Oh, I pulled it through. Why don't you lay down, sweetheart? All right, let's try this again. Pull it almost all the way through. And then back through again. I don't think I waxed these. Oh, Bev! Go have a drink of water, baby. Please, go have a drink of water. Oh, I give her as many scratches and hugs as she'll let me. But she waits all day for Howie to come home because he doesn't try and force her to eat. He doesn't shove pills down her throat. So I'm in the doghouse quite literally right now. Let's try this for like the fourth and hopefully final time to get this going again. There we go. So yeah, this is life these days, folks. I'm taking things much slower. And when I'm done with all my throwback videos, like some of them are more than one video just kind of stitched together so you could see. Like I'm going to start doing some of my other quilt videos that it took me in several parts to do. I'm going to edit them down into one video, that kind of thing. But that takes time as well. But when I'm done all my throwback videos, you're going to get 3 regular videos a week. And then anything else will be either a short or a live stream. This is just to keep, this is to save my bones. Now, why I just went through and then I'm going up, I guess it doesn't matter which direction I go in, right? Well, I'm glad you're enjoying them, Laura. I have to flip over. I have to look over my shoulder at the chat every now and again because I can't see it and I can't get it to mirror to my TV because it's somehow stuck in mirror mode to begin with. So, alrighty. And as soon as I love the feel of a well-quilted quilt. Like, yes, tying it is easier, but quilting it they last so much longer. Mind you, this one is not going to be for use. This one is going to be a wall hanging. Probably on my dining room wall. I was about to go back down through the same way I came up. And then every time I pull it through, the next stitch I do, I back stitch through. And you guys can't see a darn thing. Why isn't this coming up any higher? Why can't I get this to come up any higher? I thought I did. Oh, well, I'm sorry, folks. If you can't see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to get you more behind me so you can see around my hand. Get you comfy, baby. Yes. So when I pull through, I go back through a stitch. Or I go back through the last stitch. And that way, if something in between, when I back stitch through one, see, I'll back stitch through the first one and the last one here. If anything breaks in here during usage between these two stitches, those two stitches will hold. So I always, it's a real pain in the butt if I ever have to take stitching out, because I do it so well that even with the seam ripper, it can be a real problem. Hey, yellow bird, up high in banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. Did your lady friend leave the nest again? Okay, come here, you. There we go. And then I'm going to go down here and up here, and then I'm going to do my center square. Back through at the corner. Tonight I found some chicken breasts in the bottom of one of my little freezers. And so I'm going to stir fry chicken and peppers and celery and onions and have it over rice. That is supper tonight. Something simple and quick. And I'm not cooking on the wood stove tonight. The wood stove for me is only good for cooking if I can set it and walk away, because if I have to stand over it and stir, I will overheat really badly. I'm just hot sitting here. I'm hot just sitting here because the wood stove's only 3 feet away from me. Yeah, I'm going to have just enough thread to do my center square. I'm sorry I'm not very talkative, folks. I just get lost in the process of quilting. I really do. It's so meditative for me. And there is the square done. Let's just peel this off like this. Put it over here. And line it up. You can see that I use the tape at least twice. Okay, how are we doing this? Like this. This. May have to build a new center square here. Maybe. No, that works. Just like that, see? And my phone is getting really hot here. So now that this, oh no, it isn't. Oh yeah, okay. Duh. All right, so now I'm going to take this through and go up. You can't see it, but I can eyeball it because my square goes starts here and it goes like this. It's just a little center square where the very center of the spiral of colors meets. And then I just kind of eyeball it. I thought about doing the centers of the brown, these brown ones like this, but I don't think so. I don't think it needs it. Way across here. Like so. There's quite a few mistakes in here, folks. But the truth is, I don't mind a mistake in a quilt. As long as it doesn't mess with the integrity of it, with the physical integrity of the quilt. A mistake shows that it's not machine made, that, you know, it has fallibility like humans. Up to that corner there and across. Now, are you guys bored? You want me to stop recording or streaming? Just say so. Because I am just about done this for today. And then back up through the stitches I just did. And there it is. I'm going to give you guys a closer look before I shut down here. Oh. Okay, so this is what it's looking like. Can you see the balls of yarn inside the box? Different colors. I have to shut down and get some other work done. I got to load the dishwasher and then be ready to start supper. I love you guys. Take care. God bless. And thanks for joining me. Mwah! Have a good weekend, everybody. Patrons, remember tomorrow night's Freaky Friday.